This coverage is brought to you by Rami Rent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some more disc golf media coverage. We're here with the 5th stop on the European Pro Tour on the southwest coast of Finland, here in Turku at the Turku Open. Got round 1 feature card, front 9 coverage for you. I'm Tony Ferro.
And joining him, Connor Wood. Excited to see these players attack here at Anninkainen Disc Golf Park. We have some nice, pleasant sunshine today, degrees in the 20s, and with 10 to 20 kilometer an hour winds, we're sure to see some lift and some fall. And this is the last numbered EBT before the All-Stars in November. So, as we get to the back end of this season, we'll see the tour standings briefly now. The top 2 spots belonging to Niklas Anttila and Lauri Lehtinen, who are not playing this event, meaning that the Häme brothers in 3rd and 4th do have an opportunity, an open door for them to potentially get a good round in here today.
Well, let's kick it off with our feature card. First on the card will be Tuomas Hyytiäinen, 1007 rated, out of Finland. We've seen him before on previous coverage.
And he's been looking great. We see here Mikael Häme, 1021 rated as well, from Lahti, Finland. Wondering if any of these guys feel a little bit of home course love here.
Well, we got his brother on the card as well, Joonatan Häme, 1011 out of Finland as well. Looking for big things from these brothers.
We got them both. Joining us now to round it out, Lukkas Rokkanen, 995 from Turku. Excited to see him play this course and what he has to show us here.
Yeah, that kid's got a huge arm. I have seen it personally. Let's kick it off with hole number 1. We have our only par 5 on the course, 240 meters. Got this tunnel to hit off the tee. Try to land it somewhere in this opening. Set yourself up for the second tunnel shot. Really try to stay on the fairway to get out of the trees so you can open yourself up here as we get into the opening. Not much left in your way once you're out of the forest. A few rocks on the left, a few bushes on the right. As the Finns love to do it, drop off behind the basket. This can be eagled if you do try that sidearm flex shot off the tee, but it's a tough get.
Welcome to Turku. We'll see Tuomas Hyytiäinen up first to get us started. Not looking for that big flex forehand you mentioned, but just a nice hyzer straight down the pipe.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see anybody getting too aggressive here. First shot of the tournament. Best to just get one out of the gate, get it through the gap, see where it ends up. All right, we got Mikael up with his tee shot, looking to be a mid-range as well. A little wide, but it's just coming in. Yeah, catching some trees late, but should set him up for a second shot. Try to get as far down that gap as he can.
And that shows you the danger of flipping one up to flat and not fading out left soon enough. We see Joonatan now here. Lining up his backhand as well. We'll see if he can correct on the angle. Beautiful shot as he hyzers out just around the corner, slides up center fairway. Beautiful.
Yeah, a little tap off the tree, but that was a nice little helper there. Last but not least, we have Lukkas. Big hyzer release player. Likes to flip them up. But here, I think he's going one angle, nice and flat, a little wide. We'll have a couple more trees to contend with than he wants, but that's up the fairway.
And we're live. MPO feature card. We'll see Mikael now. Did get kicked off right. Looking like the forehand gap is the largest. Fires off another hyzer.
Oh yeah, that skip got him well up the fairway. He just has a little bit more forest to go to get out of there. Should be able to give something nice, big, strong pull from there.
a solid scramble, and we'll see this here forehand roller from Lukkas as this just rockets out of the tree line.
Wow, that worked out really well. Holy cow. And he is out of the forest, up the hill a little ways. That was an amazing second shot.
Great display of the scramble game as we see Tuomas with just a little jump putt to put himself back in the center.
That'll show you the
Joonatan
rough there.
here center fairway off his second.
Position A. Oh no, caught the end of the forest. That was going to be a huge shot. Unfortunately, he is not yet out of the forest.
Oh, and Tuomas actually jump putted to put himself in position, but seemingly left himself a little bit pinched off. Does get a big forehand out there, but it sits right on top of that rocky terrain there.
Now overturn the Anheuser sidearm. Mikael with a perfect little flex shot out of the woods. Way up there. That should be a late
putting.
Late circle
far
too.
Out, but great approach by him there.
All right, Joonatan, huge hyzer. Just getting up the fairway. Should be an easy up and down. Get that par. And Lukkas with the best look to get up and down for birdie. Should be just a routine hyzer.
It is blind as he lands it right underneath and gets a long skip off the hill long. Just deep over the green.
That's that drop off behind the basket that they love. Now he will be outside the circle putting for birdie back up the hill.
And a nice little chip hyzer from Tuomas up top to put himself right up there.
Yeah, par to start your day. You're not losing anything here. I'm sure this one played a little bit difficult as being the first hole on your day, par 5.
It did average 5.1 in round 1. Just over par.
Yeah, it's a tall order on your first hole of the tournament.
And we see Mikael now from deep circle 2. Gives just a solid approach. You do see that flag ripping. No reason to float over the top from out there. We'll see if Lukkas wants to go aggressive here, putting uphill. Just a beautiful layup as well.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a par frame from the card. But with this wind, also being first hole of the round, can't really complain. Nice solid putt from Tuomas. That'll get your round going real good. Build up that confidence.
As the rest of them also approach and tap their putts in, I believe that is a par frame. For all of our players, hole 1 in the books, no damage done. Moving on.
Hole number 2, par 4, 225 meters. Pretty wide open hole. Does have OB surrounding it. First shot will be the setup shot. You're going to try to get big off the tee, as much distance as you can, making this approach shot as short as possible. Could be going over the OB with the hyzer, could be taking it around sidearm. Either way, try to control that angle with this hillside that the basket is sitting on. Not too difficult of a par 4, but definitely with this wind, it's going to be a little interesting.
Tony, I am noticing a theme here. Distance does matter in Turku, Finland. As we see Tuomas with a big hyzer release, crashing dead center. That should position himself nicely for either the big second or a safe straight shot up the fairway.
Yeah, for what I've seen in Finland, this is pretty atypical with the amount of trees. You're used to seeing so much forest golf in Finland. It's definitely weird to see these open holes. But distance is a huge factor, and Mikael has set himself up quite nicely on the left side of the fairway. Let's see if
These guys looking very comfortable in the fields as well, all just throwing safe placement shots, all landing dead center fairway.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's getting too much off the tee, though. Just one angle hyzers, keeping it low. Maybe the wind is blowing the wrong direction, bringing some nerves into play. Lukkas, yeah, also just the one angle hyzer. But that should set himself up. Maybe 110 into the pin.
And we'll see who's up first. I would say they all looked to be far up enough to have a chance to go for it. In the second, it looks like Lukkas is lining that up now. We'll see if he can bridge that large OB area.
Ooh, that's early out of the hand. That's going to be...
And he does not cross. You see the thick there, really grabby. He did not get back over that far line.
Oh, wow.
And we'll be playing from those stakes just in front of him there.
That is not going to give him too much distance from that shot. He went pretty quickly OB. Mikael going the other direction. It's still going over the OB, but this should be safe for sure.
Oh, if he had skipped there, that would have been right underneath, but it dug. He's still a fantastic shot, putting him into circle one for a birdie look.
Absolutely. Let's see if Tuomas can back that up, going a little bit higher than we saw Lukkas here. Hopefully he can get the distance. Oh, yeah.
I thought that looked very high out of the hand, but he had all of the distance there.
Yeah, with the way that flew, I am pretty positive this is a left to right wind now, and that is why Lukkas just slammed into the rough and did not make it over the OB. We can see Joonatan doing the same thing. Really high hyzer. Pushing into the forest a bit, just outside the circle. But it should be an obstructed putt for birdie nonetheless.
Great design on this hole. Definitely some risk-reward going on there. Lukkas catching the risk. We'll see him now try to approach safely.
Ooh, little nose-up air bounce on that sidearm. Is it going to stay safe? It does not.
But it did look like it crossed somewhere close up there.
Yeah,
we'll see
I
where
think
he's playing that from.
Benefit of the doubt, they'll probably give it to him up there. Nice little half go from Joonatan. Pretty tough spot outside the circle. Can't really move your your lower legs there. And yeah, just couldn't get enough on it.
Good pace, good height from Lukkas there. Looks like he just caught some left side and didn't catch. See Tuomas now. Great putt to put himself in there to snag a birdie. He is now 1 under.
Putt's looking smooth this first round. That's not bad. Really got 2 solid putts right off the gate. That should set him up confidently for this round. Let's see if Mikael can't correct on this one. Yeah.
There we go. Another one cashed from Mikael there. Some good putts coming in. You just see maybe a bit of a lull in the wind. That flag looking a little calmer than those others in the last hole. As a triple bogey for Lukkas with double OB happens quick here.
It sure does. Couple little miscues and got a couple penalty strokes there. Tough hole.
And a par for Joonatan.
Hole 3, par 3, 125 meters. Got this pretty wide open fairway again. few undulations in the ground. OB is surrounding the fairway, but nothing really too crazy on this hole. I think the wind is going to be your biggest factor. Probably big spike hyzer from all these guys is in play. Let's see how the wind affects their angles.
125 meters in the wind, really needing a good command and knowledge of driver stability. Tuomas up first.
Yeah, from the flag, it looks like a little head left to right. And Tuomas just hangs that out wide.
It's pin high, just a little bit outright, I think. The wind pushing it down at the end there.
Yeah,
also quite a wide release, though.
It's going to be a tough shot to execute properly because you're going to have to throw it more directly at the basket than you think, which brings in the chance that, did I miss my line and will it slide OB left?
Well, there you go. I believe that was Mikael sliding his up to edge of circle.
Yeah, that was
he's looking at a circle
awesome
to putt
shot.
there.
Awesome.
You saw
shot.
how much more inside he kept it, as you mentioned. You have to throw much more straight at it than you may be used to.
Yeah, you can see Joonatan's here. It'll just start slamming.
And
just
he's right up there by his brother.
Yeah, you really got to push it straight forward or hold the disc flatter to fight through the wind a lot longer, because as soon as that hyzer angle comes in, it's going to start dropping. Lukkas, I would no doubt imagine he is going to go full-blown hyzer on this.
Oh, it's very low, though, compared to the other two. It is pushing straight.
Sit.
But I believe that remains inbounds. Also looks to be maybe edge of circle.
Oh, yeah. That is
good distance
on
control
the dance
there by
floor,
Lukkas.
no doubt.
Tuomas up first. He's pretty far away. Hung it out a bit wide right, as he opts to just put himself up there and take an easy three.
Yeah, it's smart play from there. That's not a high percentage putt. In the wind, could float that thing over the basket, B.O.B. on the other side. Lukkas here, he can give this a go. Tailwind putt. Nail it.
Oh, another one that he cashes chains on, but it just is a bit left side. And with all that speed and pace does not stay in. We see Joonatan now running it and dropping it in. What a putt.
That
in
thing
the wind.
Caught the wind nicely. That was super cool. Let's look at that again. It's going to get a little Anheuser angle on it and just fly right into the center of the basket.
And very interesting stance. It was a straddle, but from a staggered orientation, if that makes sense. It was not a traditional staggered putt, more of a straddle, but cocked sideways.
Yeah, all arm nonetheless.
Very cool. Very cool. We see Mikael now.
Also with a very unique style of putting. Kind of holds it on the right side of his body and then pumps it forward to the middle.
And he just cleaned up that putt as well. The momentum rode through from Joonatan to Mikael. We'll see Tuomas take that short putt there for his par.
Couple of
Putting
pars,
looking
couple of
great
birdies.
today.
Oh yeah, putting is looking on in this wind.
As Lukkas takes his three as well. As you mentioned, couple of birdies, couple of pars. Our leader currently, Mikael Häme, sitting at 2 under through 3.
Not a bad start whatsoever. Hole number 4. Got another par 4, 145 meters. Not too much to bring off the tee, but got to keep this shot low. See, backhand flex shot, possibly a roller if you want to get a little aggressive, but you got to keep that shot low. That's the thing here. Those trees really don't allow big air to go through that.
And although it may not look like it, this did come in as the easiest hole of the day. This is technically, by the stats, a must-get.
Yeah, distance is really not asking too much for a par 4. You know, break that in half, you got just a little over 70 meters each shot. That is nothing for these guys.
Oh. Joonatan with
that's
a
the
roller
roller.
line. As he fires a big air shot into a cut angle. Doesn't get up to flat, but does get a ton of distance up that hill. Over the crest, he will be obstructed.
Camera angle made that shot look way wide. This looks more like your roller line you want, but maybe a bit tight and catching the trees on the right side. That is going to put him in an odd spot, but needless to say, he's
close
up
enough
the
to
fairway.
straddle.
That's true. He will stretch out from there and be able to get something. Let's see, Lukkas. Ooh, look at that wind. Wind is just pushing him down. And that is not going to be a good spot for Lukkas.
He could, in some crazy world, get a big flex forehand out here and try to make it all the way to the green, but
I would agree.
a huge bomb.
Oh, no, not with that shot. That's not going to make it. Mikael up next. Oh yeah, he doesn't have much left. Not much in the way either. A little low sidearm hyzer. Skip. Little roll.
There you go.
That's the way to do it. Made this hole look real easy.
Tuomas there is his straddle out. As he's looking for a one angle Anheuser shot. He does connect with the early trees. Loses a ton of distance. And he's still going to have an approach shot from there.
That's the only thing you couldn't do on that shot. Too wide would have been the miss, that I would say. Make the gap first. That's always what I tell my students.
Ooh, a little backdoor action there from, I believe, Joonatan, getting himself nicely out of the woods with a medium to long putt. And Tuomas also with a soft little approach there.
Yeah, that looked quick. Maybe a little frustration, but nonetheless.
Great scramble by this man here to give himself a chance still from that position.
For sure. Look at that.
Not just a chance, but a birdie. He takes full advantage. Great stuff.
What a style of putting. He like almost drops down in his knees before he tosses just all arm. Really cool. The Häme brothers are individualized putters, let's say.
There's a reason that they are up there in the tour standings. We see Lukkas now. Another one just catching chains but not going in. It's always just off to the side, flaring out.
Yeah, that putt really showed his upper body is just not so stable right now. He's kind of twisting left and right a little bit, and that if you do that, that just throws your release point off completely. Makes it tough. It makes it tough for the head game, too. Mikael dropping it in for his turkey. What a start.
Great display there. So we see Lukkas now. Is that for par? It is. There you go. He secures his 4. And we move on to hole 5. Tell us about it.
All right, we got a little shorty, 88 meters. Got this left to right slanting fairway. It's slightly downhill. Forehand is the preferred play, as you can see the way the fairway shapes. You can see some backhand turnovers, but if you don't get the Anheuser on the disc enough, that OB on the left-hand side and long does come into play.
I love the use of the elevated basket here on this hole just to accentuate that risk of going at it. And a beautiful forehand hyzer there.
Not going to be much risk there. That was Mikael with looks to be his 4th birdie of the round. Don't think he's going to miss that one.
He is really stringing them together. We see Joonatan now trying to match.
Ooh, little inside, but he is pin high. Maybe circle's edge. Let's see if Tuomas can't correct off of that. Bring it around a little bit wider. That tent looks like a nice target.
As Tuomas catches some trees, I believe, on the left side. He gets dropped down still about 50 meters away. Maybe 40, as we see Lukkas now lining up, I believe, a grenade.
Yes, sir.
The grip is on as he launches it way up in the sky. We should see this spike down. Oh.
Come on now.
Popped out at the edge there, I believe.
That's
that
on
blue
the
disc.
dance floor, yeah. He's just not feeling it right now, but come on, man. You got that putt.
He has not secured a birdie yet in this round, but he's put himself now with a chance up there. As we see Tuomas off his early branches, just throw up for a safe 3.
All right. Get yourself on the board. Let's do this. Just outside the circle. Up the hill. Elevated basket.
Oh.
Great height. Just a little wide right. Joonatan up now. Mr. All Arm. Cash.
That is all arm and that is all money right there as he center chains, drops it in. Great putt.
Just a beautiful thing, and he's got his turkey for the round. And where did Mikael go? Ah, he's not up yet. Lukkas to finish off the par. Taking his time, I'm sure. Just about nothing feels routine to him. Oh, not see that one.
It didn't look like he rushed it. As you said, he took his time, seemed to have a routine. I think he did everything he needed to do, but
I
just
think,
not feeling it right now. The timing a little bit off, I would guess.
Yeah, he's probably in his head just thinking he can't make anything right now, but got to push through it. We got one to get here. Hole 6, par 3, 109 meters. That flat fairway to start you off, nothing really in the way, but then you got a dog leg right, go up the hill as you go through a line of trees. Big thing here again, control that landing angle. You can overcook that Annie and cut roll, be way out of position.
And very quick shout out to Julius Letti, who actually aced the previous hole, hole 5.
Nice. That's
As we see.
Awesome feel, I'm sure, on an elevated basket.
As we saw Mikael go quite high, Joonatan matching, both of them playing over the trees.
Yeah, this is the thing I'm talking about, but wow, that panned out so fast. It looked like a roller in the air. Beautiful angle control from Joonatan.
I believe he's about edge of circle, as we see Tuomas now, lining up the big forehand hyzer. And the wind just lifting it and pushing it, must be left to right. Beautiful stuff to hit that gap purely right between the two trees there.
That was a great shot. 109 meters up the hill with the sidearm. One angle shot. It's a big order. Come on, Lukkas. Okay.
Does not break through the tree line, but does have an open look from within the trees and puts himself up there.
He's already looking a little deflated. It's only 1/3 of the round through. Gotta keep fighting. Oh,
what a run from Mikael. There you go. Gave it a good old bid. Looked very close. We'll see if Joonatan, now slightly closer, can take advantage of the opportunity. Go 4 in a row.
Brother looking to tie it up. Oh, just inside.
Very close as we see Tuomas now, closest of the bunch with his forehand.
Looks to be about 6 meters uphill.
Oh, just a laser beam.
Dead center. That is what I'm talking about. That'll put him 2 down for the round. Rest of the card will be losing a stroke.
And great job by Tuomas there to snag one back. As we see Joonatan make sure his footing is correct. To drop in his short downhill putt. Mikael as well. Tony, wouldn't it be cool to have a clone of yourself as your practice partner?
That would be nice. I mean, I guess your brother would be the closest option.
So much better. Thank you.
Hole number 7. Here we go. Par 4, 189 meters. Got this pretty straight shot, open, off the tee. And you coming in dog leg left, getting into the trouble here. Can't be too early, that's tucked in, that's gonna be trouble. Gotta get by those 2 white trees somewhere. Set yourself up for this second shot. Open, late gap, then you gotta get through the trees at least about 30 meters, tucked into that forest. This is a tough hole.
A tricky one. 2 late gaps that you have to hit sequentially. We see Tuomas fade just a little bit early, just shy of the gap, but should have maybe a straddle forehand look out around the corner.
Again,
Now.
maybe foreshadowing for the future rounds, but I did hear from the grapevine that you can go huge off the tee and possibly get like way up here, but it takes a lot.
With the same hyzer angle, or are you playing
I'm not sure, like
something else? Cut
way
roller?
over the top or
Over the
something,
top, yeah.
or going real hard through the gap trying to get a skip shot or so, but
I thought potentially a cut roller with a more overstable disc that you could just land on the hillside and fire on through the first gap with some speed, but interesting.
yeah, I'm excited to see
hear the
as
strategy.
as the tournament progresses. I'm sure the aggression on the holes will start to increase.
But Lukkas fires through. I think he's put himself in a nice spot there. Maybe a small tree or bush in his swing line, but I'm sure he'll be happy with that position. We see
No
Tuomas
doubt.
now trying to straddle out for his forehand.
Yeah, and this is the inside left that I was talking about. It is not a happy place. Forehand roller from Tuomas.
And it bounced back nicely there.
That
into
is in the
fairway.
fairway. That's true. That is not a bad outcome from that shot. That was, I don't think the execution was quite there, but he did get a lucky break.
Look where Mikael is. Just has a straight throw to the green.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Oh,
my
and
gosh.
it is purely laced, straight down the middle, up to the basket. That's 2 perfect throws.
That's to be
He did
honest.
it. He did it
yeah.
perfectly.
The second shot is so tough to execute, and that he actually did that flip up, no fade on the disc in the end, just sliding up to the basket. This is more of what I would expect to see. The highs are coming out, flying into the trees. You're going to have some obstruction, distance, huge putt to try and make. All right, come on, Lukkas.
Lukkas here going patent pending with the tree directly behind him. And he does again connect with some obstacles along his way and leaves himself well short with still a tricky upshot through the gap.
Yeah, that was really a tough shot to execute with the patent pending. Had a lot of distance still to cover. Just over torqued it.
But look at that soft little putter approach. That was very nice to recover off a frustrating shot.
Yeah, it's what he needed on the last throw, and he would have probably been well up into the forest, but
Tuomas as well with a quite unfortunate miss.
oh yeah, come giving it a little half go. Did he catch trees again?
He did, and he's, I think, 8-9 meters away.
That's rough. That's real rough.
He's going to be taking some damage as we see Joonatan now. I believe for birdie.
Hey, he put some legs into that.
Maybe not enough, though. Just a little bit low. Or maybe too many legs. Maybe that was the problem. Too much.
Yeah, you never know. He needed to push down.
Just lean
so
into
it
the
would've
arm.
went up higher.
Tuomas.
Oh, squeaks
What
it
a
over
bogey
the
save.
rim.
To be fair, the first approach was probably the one that prevented him from getting par at that point, but still a great recovery considering everything after that.
No doubt. No doubt.
Small mistake as we see these guys tap in there, close putts. We do see a little bit of damage to Tuomas there with his bogey, a few pars, and a birdie from Mikael right there. Clinically done.
5 down for 7. Man, he is on a mish.
Impressive.
Hole 8, another par 4, 187 meters. Not too crazy off the tee, but you gotta watch out for that OB on the right-hand side. You're trying to shoot the hyzer out of the tee, but you want it to have a lot of D because it's 187 meters. But then the 2 straight of a shot comes into play. You gotta make sure you go left, but not too far left, as the fairway does slope right to left. Another controlled tee shot. Set yourself up for that second.
And Mikael up first. Tony, do you think on their approach shot to that right to left sloped green, is that a sort of throw a forehand and fight the angle of the hill situation, or is it a lean into the hillside and play up high on it and let it fade out with it? What's the approach there?
Yeah, that's dealer's choice. I mean, that's really what the player feels most confident in. That both shots work, but it's more don't have too much hyzer if you're coming in with the sidearm. Don't have the ante or a flat shot when you're coming in with the backhand. Try to avoid one of the edges to land on the ground first with too much angle. That's how you get the roll away.
Great advice as we see Lukkas now. Also opting for the big hyzer. He got quite a lot of distance there.
That's what I normally would expect to see from this boy, is just humongous, huge drives.
Just huge hyzers
Oh, yeah.
out of the hand. He loved to see it. Tuomas, speaking of huge hyzers.
There we go. Perfect position on the fairway. May have a little bit more distance to deal with, but position over distance any day.
And Joonatan now. He's opting for the lean into the hillside approach as he fires off a big hyzer. Look at that. It curls right up
Wow.
into the circle. Great display of angle control and placement.
Very well executed. See if the bro can't back it up. Also going wide hyzer, looking to skip in. Catching some stuff on the ground, though, getting a little reverse skip. Leaves him a little bit more towards circle's edge. Downhill putt. Should be a little scary.
But they're both in there. They're putting for birdie.
That they are.
Tuomas now also opting for that hyzer approach. All of them using the little hill skip. Tuomas a little bit shorter in distance, but seems to have aligned himself closer with the left-right.
Yeah, that would be the side I would want to be on. Tuomas has that slightly uphill angle. Hillside will help with the hyzer as the putter falls on the ground. It shouldn't roll or anything.
And
Or you
great
do-
approach by Lukkas.
Or you put it there. Lukkas, I think, is going to get on the board with that approach.
And you're right, that is a scary putt downhill, maybe a slight headwind.
Oh. But yeah, that's the miss to make here. It's, you miss high, that's going way down the hill.
Even catching any sort of metal, chains, basket, and not going in could result in a huge rollaway, but he makes sure to put that one in. Joonatan now, 4 under.
Oh,
snags another birdie here on 8.
Getting one back on the bro.
Bro, that's good stuff, bro. Tuomas now lining up his putt for birdie.
Man, that has authority.
So much spin. They're just so straight, dead center. They're between the band and the basket in a straight line every time, regardless of distance. Really nice to
Absolutely.
watch. And Lukkas making sure to tap in his first birdie of the round. Hopefully that'll get him going.
Get it, boy.
And Mikael, not quite making the longest putt, secures an easy 4.
Let's finish off the front 9 with this 89-meter par 3. Got this slight uphill tee shot with the gap through those trees. But after about 30 meters, it'll start to flatten off. Slightly curving to the right. You do have the OB long and left. Probably going to see turnover mid-range. I think that's going to be your most likely preferred play.
I would agree, and quite a severe uphill as you can see from the camera angle. But he crests it and fades out beautifully. Curls up 5 meters away. That's a park job.
Yeah, I'd say that's what you want.
I'll
This
take
could
one
be
of
a
those,
putter.
please.
I could see this being a putter from Lukkas, or an approach disc or something. He has more than enough oomph.
I'm guessing it's a little flippy as he had a hyzer release angle out of the hand, didn't quite get it high up enough to crest over the hill completely. I think he has a long look to the basket from there.
Yeah, I would agree. Too low out of the hand, did not get enough hang time. Tuomas also a little low out of the hand, did not let it float and glide over to the basket. They'll have
Similar
a little bit
throw.
of work to do. Yeah,
He did get some ground play. Tuomas looked like he got another few meters up there
that's
off
true.
the slide.
I do believe both of them are inside circle 2 nonetheless. Mikael, that's sawed off. Ooh, yeah, I think that might be the worst of the bunch.
And look at that wind you saw pushing all the way to the left to right with the forehand hyzer, very prone to getting beaten up as you expose the flight plate. And Lukkas gives it a nice little bid there, quite far up.
The forehand shot really would seem like it would push the OB long and then have to come in hyzer. Not really my play, but
wow.
I guess if you're going to make a putt like that, who cares what you
He
do?
does not care about the wind as you see him and his brother shrug at each other like, come on.
Bro was
Look
like,
at that,
dude,
just a little
what are you
hop."
doing?
Bro, that was sick.
Sorry, I'm going to be coming out with the bro all day with these guys.
Great putt by Mikael there. And Tuomas. Oh, one of
No.
the first putts we've seen him miss, really. As I think a bit of tailwind there from his side pushed his disc down. And he doesn't quite have the height.
I don't know. You could see he was a little timid on that. He didn't like
It's
lean
true, it didn't have
into
the pop. It didn't
Yeah,
have the
he
same
didn't-
pop the others did.
It just, it didn't fly in there like the other putts were. All right.
Joonatan now.
Also to keep going with the bro.
Bro,
Get it.
good birdie there. Puts himself to 5 under.
Man, 5 down, 6 down on the front.
These guys know what they're doing. They are here to play. Lukkas at 3 over, Tuomas 2 under.
Seems
Wow.
like they might know what's up with the points or something for tour standings.
Or, maybe they like practice together. Crazy idea, I know.
I don't know what you're talking about. Brothers
As
practicing
we take a
together.
look at the standings here. Tuomas at 2 under, Mikael 6, Joonatan 5, and Lukkas 3 over, managing to secure only 1 birdie after a rocky start. But we're only round 1 through 9 with a lot of golf left to go. Anything could happen as we take a look at the field. A couple of 7 unders through 9. Riku Fink and File Ahokas at 7 under, with Mikael 6 under putting him in 3rd. bunch of people tied for 4th. Seppo, Joonatan, Jonas Alto. Wow.
I'm excited. Back nine's gonna be crazy to see what everybody's looking to do, fighting for every stroke. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Stick with us, and we will catch you guys on the back nine.
See you on the other side.